Hey guys, it's Rob Marodi. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Back at it again with another video. If you have not subscribed, guys, click that button. It is daily and consistent content. And let's get straight into this video. Guys, the finale dates have begun. This video is sponsored by Frontline Therapist. If you have not checked them out, please do so for affordable mental health care for black and brown people. That everybody involved, do go and check them out. Everything's in the bio below, guys. Sorry, I'm just so tired these last couple of days. I'm just not getting enough sleep. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just so anxious about this event of mine. I'm so anxious. Anyways, let's get into this. Dami and Indiyah'S date was probably one of the best dates I've seen in my life. The production value, the drums, the music, the scenes, the outfits, like it was just such a fiesta. I thoroughly enjoyed watching that date. One of the best dates Love Island have really upped their value. Paige and Adam were on a boat, which I think was very fitting for their date because hopefully this boat will be sinking soon and they will be leaving the competition imminently. I just don't see it for Adam. It's not really about Paige, to be honest with you. I don't really have much against her. It's really about Adam. I just don't, like, what are you doing back in the show? Like, I just don't understand. It doesn't make, every time I see him, I'm like, what are you doing? It doesn't make any sense. I think the idea of bringing back Islanders is something that they should not do. We've seen you already. We don't want to see you again. We want to see other people. So I'm not here for this, and it just confuses me, to be honest with you. Really confuses me. Not me yawning in the review, that's how tired I am. Ekin and Davide's day. Ekin crying. Ekin will come through. This girl will cry on cue. And it was genuine tears, but she knows that there's production. She knows that, you know, she just knows what to do. Davide knows what to do, and they're just going to be the it couple. I want these two to win, and I feel like they are now beelining for it, and I'm happy, and I want to see them win. I don't know who will be dumped before this finale situation is about to happen. I have no idea. Okay guys, so this is a small segment to that video that I wanted to add that I think is very important. So throughout this season, I have been sponsored by Frontline Therapist, and here is the face, guys, behind Frontline Therapist that has sponsored my Love Island reviews for last year and this year. And of course, you know, I thought I'd bring Esther along for her to say hello and just say a bit about her business and how it became a very successful business. And, you know, if I just talk about it so you guys can see the face behind Frontline Therapist. Talk to me, Esther.
Oh my God, Murad, what can I say? Thank you for having me.
You're so good.
I'm like, what?
You're like, what? You're here?
Now I'm here, right? I've made it, Mum. I've made it. I'm on Murad's show. It's been a pleasure and an honour to sponsor Murad. One, because I've been watching him from that blue room back in them days, just to see his growth. Wow. But also his mental health journey that he talked about himself personally, and the fact that he studied psychology, so he's very much connected. Come from, you know, a minority ethnic community in this country, and so he understands the struggles. Really, he understands the difficulties that we experience, and also the stigma attached to mental health in our community. Right. So it just makes sense. It's an important partnership. It connects.
It connects. It's a big stigma.
Big stigma. It's getting better. People are talking about it now.
Right.
There's more conversations. Love Island, the people that have left because of their mental health issues, the S word, the people that have unfortunately gone. It's more visible. It's more apparent. People are becoming more aware that, you know what, sometimes I'm just not feeling okay. And maybe I've got to talk to somebody about it or do something about it. Why should I suffer in silence? Who does that benefit?
Nobody.
Don't benefit anybody, does it?
People do say, I speak to friends about, oh, you know, I don't want to go into therapy because, like, why am I talking to this person? But they don't realize how it benefits you to actually sit and 100%. Talk about your issues and break them down. And then when 100%. You leave that therapist room, you're like, wow, like, I feel like I can take a weight off my shoulders.
Honestly. Because the thing is, when you say some of the things out loud to somebody else, because most of the time we say it in our head, right? It makes it, I'm rubbish, I ain't good enough. But then when you say it out loud and the person goes, where did that come from? You go, oh, where did I get these thoughts from? Oh, my mum, my auntie, my society, school, whatever. You begin to realise that these thoughts and these feelings came from somewhere. Right. You weren't born with these feelings. You weren't born feeling you weren't good enough. You know, it's your life experiences, your trauma, your childhood, your upbringing that impacts that, right? So therapy helps to unravel that and essentially gives you the choice to live freer, to make alternative decisions rather than, you know, continuing family patterns that are destructive and unhealthy. Right,
and then to have a diverse company as well, because normally we don't have many black and brown therapists like for us to easily access. So when you have companies that you say that we also have this feature and we also have this, you know, something for you, this, you know, for you to access, I feel like it's just so inspirational to use a company like Frontline Therapist because you're able to have better dialogue with your therapist as well. And I feel like, there's a flow to things and it can be just a little easier. So I think that, a company that promotes that is extremely important, especially in London.
No, thank you.
Especially in the UK.
No, definitely. And the reality is, it comes from my story because I was depressed for most of my childhood and adult life. So, and then through my faith and through therapy, I was able to be more whole and realize why I was depressed and why did I think this way and why. Because I was a functional depressed person, so I was the one that you wouldn't think is depressed because I'm the strong person. I'm the one that still goes to work, still did things.
Yeah, that's me. I feel like when I went going into depression, like I used to read symptoms where people stay in beds. Me, I wasn't in bed.
I wasn't in bed. I bathed every single day. I was. You would see me busting jokes. I was making people laugh. I was a comedian.
My to-do list is tits. I was working a lot, and I'm thinking, maybe I'm not depressed.
Honestly, because when you read the symptoms, you're thinking, this is not me. But then when I'm at home by myself at night time and I'm crying all the time,
right.
And I hate myself,
right.
And, behind the smile and behind, the facade, I'm upset. And it was funny because it's only strangers that would realize that. They'd be like, you look sad. And I'll quickly turn the conversation. And I get it. My friends wouldn't know because I'm not going to tell them. And I seem like the jolly Ingers, all of that stuff. So as I always say, check on your strong friends, right? But depression, anxiety, all types of mental difficulties manifest in different ways. It isn't like just the typical one type way. When I went on that journey of discovery, essentially, and then realised why I was depressed and realised it wasn't normal. Basically, I thought it was normal. I thought it was normal to feel this way because I've always disliked myself. So it was like, the concept of liking yourself was just so foreign.
Right.
People that would love yourself, like, what kind of rubbish is that, man? Let me just stay in my hate bubble because I got things done anyways. I wasn't, at home doing nothing. So why do I need to love myself? So, that's where it got birthed out of Frontline Therapist. I wanted to help people like me. I wanted to help people have access to therapy at a price that they can afford, and also people that look like them. You don't always have to choose someone that looks like you, but you've got that choice. Where with NHS, thankfully for it, it's free, but you get what you're given. It's NHS. Do you know what I mean? So whatever you're given, you get. Whereas at least with the service that I run, you have a choice. You can say, I prefer a black therapist or an Asian therapist, and I think that's quite important.
I think it's very important. I think it's so important. That just helps you so much when it comes to not having blocks in conversations, or you just feel like you're coming into.
You have to explain certain things.
Yeah, and you're coming into a therapist session with more worries, and you don't have to tackle that, let alone your own issues. The person
going to understand me. They're going to think I'm a bit crazy,
And then you start getting shy.
Exactly.
And then you don't start talking, and then you leave. And it's not. So there's so many more barriers that are just kind of liquidated and gone from stuff like that companies like Frontline Therapist definitely promote. And that's why I felt like, I'd come back and sponsor them again for the season of Love Island. And I think that, a lot of people used them last year, and I felt a lot of people using them this year, and I'm glad. And the discount code and everything is all in the bio below, especially her business Instagram as well. The name of it?
So my business Instagram is Indiyah'S Cadmus. So I help women of faith essentially grow into the leaders they're called to be multifaceted leaders.
Right.
Because one of the things I think about women in general is they get pigeonholed. You're just a mother, you're just a wife, you're just a daughter, or you're just one career. Rather than the fact that you can be multifaceted, you can have multiple gifts.
This is the face behind Frontline Therapist, guys. And I feel like it would be good to just, show her as part at the end of the Love Island review, so that, we get more of an immersive understanding on what Frontline Therapist is. Is a successful business that she's obviously, built, inspired by her own depression and her long journey of it. And when she suggested the idea, I thought it was just a great idea, to be honest with you. And definitely check them out, guys. My discount code, everything is below in the bio for book your appointments.
Yes.
Definitely get your mental health in check if you feel like you need to, because if you can't get your mental health in check, what else can you do in life? Nothing else. I
still got a therapist. I've been seeing my therapist for 8 years.
Right. That's really for life.
What? I need to talk all the things that are in my head? Nah. I got to talk to somebody and seeing that she's seen my ups, my lows, when I was single, when I'm married, that she's seen everything, right? And I can tell her things that sometimes you can't even say to your partner because of just the way they don't even want to hear that sometimes. And the jumbled up thoughts that don't make sense, and then she just makes it make sense. Like, that's what I was basically trying to say. So, therapy is good. It's amazing. Utilize it. We've got to seek out solutions. There's no need to suffer in silence. And I always say to people, if you've been dealing with something for a year, for 2 years, for 3 years, going around in circles, not knowing what to do, you're not gonna be able to do it. Like I always say to people, like, what more do you think you're gonna do? You've got blind spots. Like if you ain't solved this issue for over a year and a bit, I don't know what much more you can do. So you got to seek help so that you can see. It's like a mirror, and all it is just going, rah, I didn't know I did that. Rah, I didn't know I did that. Or actually, I did know I did that. I just don't know how to stop that. How can I stop this kind of pattern or this behaviour or this thinking? So
Absolutely.
I think it's amazing. So follow me at Indiyah'S, where I help women of faith grow into the leadership potential that they're called to be. They're multifaceted leaders. As women, we are called to do amazing things, to make amazing impact, and of course, to make amazing income. I was able to turn my story, my mental health difficulties, into a multiple passionate 6-figure business, and I want to help women like yourself who feel that they've got something to offer this world and serve this world. So follow me at Indiyah'S.
Down below, baby.
Down below.
I'll be back with another couple reviews.
Injected.
Sponsored by who?
Frontline Therapist.
Thank you.
Daily and consistent.
Not saying that word for so long. I think he was like, not the police outside as well. Boy, everyone needs frontline therapists, that's what I'm saying.